Hi everyone, Vegas from Critic here. Jeffrey K. Howard here to review Doctor Sleep, starring Ewan McGregor, Cliff Curtis, Rebecca Ferguson, Jacob Tremblay, Carel, and written and directed by Mike Flanagan based on the Stephen King novel. Everyone has seen The Shining, and I can't believe after all these years we have a sequel to The Shining, and not just any sequel, we have Stephen King returning to write the book based on the film. And he was on a book tour when a fan asked him, hey, whatever happened to Danny Torrance, the little boy from Shining? So it got Stephen King thinking that he had another story inside him. But when he wrote this book, he kept in mind that everyone, according to Mike Flanagan, the director of Doctor Sleep, that everyone kind of associated The Shining with the Stanley Kubrick film. So when they made this film, they had to keep that in mind because the book is vastly different from the original Shining film. They were just, notorious that Stephen King hated the Shining that Stanley Kubrick created, which is the one I love. I've never read the book. I've never read a Stephen King book before, but I hear The Shining is nothing like the movie. So they had to take that in consideration in making this sequel. So now we have Danny Torrance, who's an adult now, who's been tormented by the ghosts from the Overlook Hotel. He can't turn them off. They follow him anywhere he goes, which has led him into a life of drugs and alcohol and just being a drifter. And we come across this band of like gypsy people called the True Knot Gang, who are looking for children who have the Shining, who have that energy force. And they steal their steam, which is kind of like their life essence. But in order to get the steam to make them immortal, they have to torture them. Yeah, so they're fighting children and they're torturing them. As their steam escapes, they all feed on it. It's kind of like the Dementors in Harry Potter. It's just like that. They're taking their life essence out of it. Well, there's one little girl named Abra who's has the strongest shine that they've ever seen. And they're in search of her. They're trying to find her so they can feed off of her. But she befriends Danny. That kind of telepathy they do in The Shining. She befriends Danny and he champions her, is on her side and trying to save her from the True Knot Gang. And along the way, we have Cliff Curtis, who befriends Danny too, who's just one of my all-time favorite actors, and Jacob Tremblay, who we've seen, in just countless movies, including The Good Boys we just saw over the summer. Wait till you see him in this performance. It's really disturbing. It really is. And of course, the climax of the film is we're back at the Overlook Hotel, the classic hotel set in The Shining. And Michael Flanagan went to the Stanley Kubrick estate and got all the original plans. So they rebuilt all of the Shining sets. There's a few things in the movie they didn't use. I think that wasn't recreated. The shot of the car going to the hotel, they kind of doctored up. Also the blood coming out of the elevator. There's all kinds of great little Easter eggs in this movie for Shining fans, and lots of spoilers. I don't want to go through all of them. Obviously, this is a spoiler-free review. Overall, this is a horrific movie. I came in thinking, all right, a sweet sequel to The Shining. Stephen King books never really kind of translate to the screen. There's hit and misses like The Mist or Shawshank Redemption. There's a few of them. But when it comes to horror films, him making a sequel to The Shining, and Mike Flanagan, who I completely trust. If you see The Haunting of Hill House on Netflix, one of the most incredible ghost story series I've ever seen. Total confidence in him, and he pulled it off. This movie is not only just damn entertaining, but it's also great for Shining fans. And not only that, it's just, I was terrified. I really was. Some of the real disturbing things that happen in this movie. Comes in about 2 hours and 15 minutes, 2 hours and 20 minutes, zips along. Rebecca Ferguson is incredible in this. She plays Rose the Hat. She's the leader of the Knot Gang, who's just... She's sexy, she's evil, she's smart, and she's the leader of this gang that will stop at nothing to keep their immortality going. And she's got some disturbing scenes in this movie too. So Doctor Sleep, which is a reference in the movie that I don't want to give it away. There's a great pivotal scene in the movie where they say the title and what it all means. And also, there's some surprises at the Overlook Hotel. Is Jack Nicholson back? You got to see it for yourself. Really cool solution to what Mike Flanagan came up with. Also keep a lookout for a great character actor named Nicholas Pryor. He has a pivotal scene in the movie where he's in a nursing home. And this is a guy that I've seen my entire life. He's been in so many different movies over the years, every television show you can think of. The guy's in his 80s now. And I love how Mike Flanagan cast him in this role in the nursing home. He's one of the patients. So he's just a great character actor. I'm glad to see him back. back on the big screen. Really cool to see him. Now, I have to mention Kylie Curran, who plays Abra Stone. She's the little girl in the movie. Little girl. She's like, 14, I think, 13 or 14. She has the shining. She has the shine stronger than anyone else, and she is tough. This girl has such incredible emotional scenes. She carries a lot of the film. She holds herself toe-to-toe with Ewan McGregor and with Rebecca Ferguson. She is a true talent, someone to watch, and she's tough, she's vulnerable, and she just delivers the best performance. Doctor Sleep is horrific. Doctor Sleep is satisfying. Doctor Sleep is just one of the best times I've had at the movies this year in terms of special effects, in terms of everything. I mean, I was totally thrilled with this movie. It might even make my top 10. Believe it, that's how much I like it. Usually I don't go back to see movies twice. I may go back to see Doctor Sleep in the theater again. So make sure you check it out. It is fantastic. All right, for more reviews and interviews, just surf on over to my website at vegasfilmcritic.com. Check me out on social media, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. And if you're watching on YouTube, make sure you subscribe, comment below, and let me know what you thought of Doctor Sleep. I'm Jeffrey K. Howard in Las Vegas. Thank you for joining me. I'll see you next time.